continue to fight for what he believes, in, and the moment concerning the racial injustice and all that have been happening all over the world. Well, for football, Kai Havertz netted his first career hat-trick. Even while he was at Bayer Leverkusen, he never got a hat-trick. But scoring his first goals for Chelsea, it was a hat-trick, and he helped the Blues to beat Barnsley in Carabao Cup third round at Stamford Bridge last night. That game, it was a one-way traffic for Chelsea as they defeated Barnsley. Then UEFA Super Cup, many have been waiting for this. And today is the D-Day at Budapest in Hungary. We'll have that match today between Bayern Munich, the champions of the winners of Champions League, and Sevilla, the Europa League specialist. These and many more will come your way this morning on your favorite sports show on radio called Sports Fiesta, reaching live on 92.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. My name is Egosa Agbeka. You can call me the Sports Maestro. I'll be right there on point. I'm here with Salihu Ibrahim, the Ibrakadabra of Sports, as well as Sanofi Francis, the Sports Berlusconi. Together we'll make the next 1 hour a memorable one for you guys. Good morning. Let's begin from the United States. Miami Heat. At some point, it was 2-0, then 2-1. I was thinking, okay, Celtic could fight back, but the Heat took it upon themselves, and Tilahiro scored 37 points, which was really massive for the rookie, and as he helped them to get the 3-1 lead. Right now, I think the margin is high for Boston Celtics to climb.
Well, we've said here several times that coming back from a 2-0 deficit in the playoffs is not easy. There are very few clubs that have done it. It's not impossible, but it's not easy. What we've not seen is any club overcoming a 3-0 deficit in the playoffs. That one has never happened, but 2-0 it has happened, but not often. So whenever anything takes a 2-0 lead, even if that's the team that trailed 2-0, even if they level it at 2-2, and maybe later it is the other team goes 3-2 up and then it becomes 3-3, history favors the team that went 2-0 up. So even with the LA Lakers and this team that they are playing now, Denver Nuggets. LA Lakers took a 2-0 lead. It is now 2-1. They are playing tonight. We don't know what will happen, but history is on the side of LA Lakers. The fact that they took that 2-0 lead, they are likely to go on, because when you check past records, teams that have taken a 2-0 lead usually go on to win it. It's not always, but it has happened most of the times. So for Miami Heat, it's in their hands. They just need one more win and they will be in the final. For the Boston Celtics, they did their best winning Game 3 to give themselves a fighting chance. But yesterday, Jason Tatum did his best, got 28 points, 9 rebounds and 4 assists, but it was just not good enough. Tyler Hero was the hero for them yesterday. A rookie that is playing his first season landed 36 points, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. It was just a phenomenal display from the young man. And his coach says, look, this guy who is a shooting guard, that he is humble, but he's competitive. He's somebody who's full of confidence, but he has stayed humble. So when you do that, you just feel that the sky will be the limit for this young man. But it's great that they're able to win. They're just one win away from making the NBA final, which will be the first time that they are doing it since LeBron James and I'm doing with led them to 2 titles a couple of years back, and now we know that LeBron is with LA Lakers and they are also in with a chance of making the final. So wait to see what happens, but it was a very good performance from Miami Heat last night, and Coach Eric Spoelstra must be really delighted at his words, especially his young rookie who's just 20 years old, Hero, who was the hero last night.
As a neutral, I'm disappointed at the Boston Celtics. They are not really putting up a great fight to make it a difficult series. I was expecting, looking at the history behind the basketball clubs, I was expecting a 1-1, a 2-0, a 3-3, then maybe get into game 7 to have a decider who gets to play in the NBA final properly. It could get better that. They can still make it 3-3. I don't know if that would be possible for them, but they can if they really want to step up their game. But it is really, really sad to see the way the series is going. But as a pundit, I'm personally happy for Miami Heat. The last time I think they were in the NBA final was back 6-7 years ago, and now they are at the verge of getting to the finals of the NBA. And what they've been able to do in this final, especially the playoffs, has been fantastic. They played against the Milwaukee Bucks. I never expected them to get by the Bucks, but they did. And right now, they are showing that it was not just a one-off thing, or probably it was just against the Bucks, but they are seriously determined to get to the NBA finals. Fantastic for them, just one game. If they put everything in order, get themselves properly rested for the game and focus, they might just be the first team that will get to the NBA final this season. Congratulations to them. It was a great game yesterday, and they distinguished themselves on the court.
I disagree slightly, because I feel that it has been competitive. You look at the match yesterday, it was just 3 points. 109 for Boston Celtics, then 112 for Miami Heat. Yeah, so they are competitive. They know they are well aware of the history between them and Miami Heat. So they are doing their best, especially with the two executives who are there now. They are doing their best to ensure that they win. So it's been competitive, but you know, just like in tennis, you could lose in straight sets. Yeah, you can lose in straight sets, but every set went to a tie break. You will still say you lost in straight sets. So you lost every set that you played, but it didn't mean that you did not compete. So I think Boston Celtics, they've been competing, but Miami Heat just seem to be slightly better than them, and that's why they've been beating them in almost every game. But at least they have won one. So the next game would be where I think we will see the best of Miami, because they know because they know that if they do not win that, they're out. Miami Heat can afford to lose that game. They can afford to lose 2 more games and still win the game 7, and then they will be in the final. But for Boston Celtics, they don't have. There are no
chance for them for that
error anymore. They've got to just go for it and get the win. Otherwise, they'll be out of the NBA finals.
No, it's still remarkable comeback so far. So let's see if Boston Celtics will be able to do that. Looking at top performance for both sides, Jason Tatum, as we told you, led the Celtics with 28 points, and all came in the second half. And Jaylen Brown also had 21 points. Kemba Walker scored 20, and Gordon Hayward contributed 14, while Marcus Smart had 10 points and 11 assists. So that was what really happened. But for Miami Heat, it was Tyler Hero as well as Jimmy Butler who contributed 24 points. So for me, these guys were really, really better on the net. Well, tomorrow morning we'll be looking forward to Lakers taking on Denver Nuggets. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, but LeBron James, the way they played the last game, they were so poor. Honestly, for them to have allowed Denver Nuggets to come back to them, I think they were poor. But tomorrow morning,
that poor Denver Nuggets just stepped up. LeBron James scored 30 points in that game. He had triple-double, so he didn't have a poor game. The game that they won, the game.
Game 3.
No, game 2. The one that they went to. That was the one that even had a poor
game. Yeah, he did not get up to 20 points.
He didn't score, but just about 16 points. And in the second quarter, I think, in the second half, he managed just about 9 points all through. And I don't think he even scored in the fourth quarter. Yeah, so when you have a team that is battling for its life, remember that even that game 2, it was in the last seconds that Anthony Davis got that 3-pointer, would give them a 2-point win over Denver Nuggets. So you could see that Denver Nuggets were competitive, even though they lost that game 2. And they came back fiercely in game 3 and they won. LA Lakers rallied in the fourth quarter, but it was too late. The points difference between them was too much, and they could not recover. So I hope that maybe they've looked at it just the way they said when they played against the Houston Rockets. You know, they lost game 1 against the Houston Rockets, and they said, well, it was the pace of the Houston Rockets that did them in, but now that they've played them, they know exactly how to deal with them, and then they went on to win the next 4 games, and that's how they got to the Western Conference Finals. So now that they are there, and knowing that they are just 2 wins away from making the NBA Finals, we'll see what they will do in game 4, because they know that if Denver Nuggets win that, then all the momentum will be with Denver Nuggets going into Game 5. But if they win, then they will just be one win away. They will be in exactly the same kind of position that Miami Heat are in at the moment.
All right, before we go on the first break on the show, let's quickly discuss this. It's coming. This is from Formula One, where the reigning world champion and Lewis Hamilton, he has vowed to increase the number of black people in motor racing, naming a group to analyze the causes of a lack of diversity. The British Formula One world champion, he said members of his Hamilton Commission together will make a change. Well, we told you how much he has contributed in ensuring that there is, justice in the way that blacks have been, beaten, molested, and all that, especially that of George Floyd, which sparked a wide spread protest all over the world. But right now, the guy haven't been warned by FIA. He still believes in what he's doing right now.
I don't think
they investigated the Shetty war and all that.
They attempted to investigate, but later no investigation.
They did not breach the rule.
Will be necessary, and so he told them even then. It didn't matter what they did, whether they investigated or not. He was going to continue his advocacy, and I'm glad that he didn't just say it. He is actually doing it. So it's good. But you see, it's one thing to want black people to be involved in something. It's another for those people to have the interest. How many of them have that interest in motorsports? You look at the whole of NASCAR, it's just Bubba Wallace that is there. You go to MotoGP, how many blacks have you seen? The guys from South Africa that are involved in it, Brad Binder is mixed, is not black, like you and I. Yeah, many of these guys who engage in some sports, golf for instance, from South Africa, any else is white, so you wonder why is it that blacks tend to abstain from certain sports. Motorsports is one of them. All the four-wheel races, the four-wheel events, the cars, you hardly find blacks there. The two wheels, the bikes, you hardly find blacks there. Even in cycling, all the Tour de France winners and everything, how many of them have been black? Even if they say this person is from Africa, he was born in Kenya, you go to look at him, he's a white guy. He's born in South Africa, he's a white guy. So I think it is important that setting up this commission to look at how they can try and get that the causes of lack of diversity. So maybe they will discover that people have just been told that this sport is only for white people. They will not treat you well in this sport and all of that. So it's important that he's doing this, and I hope that this will spur many. I'm even surprised that up to now you do not have more blacks, saying that the guy who is the world champion, who is on track to becoming the greatest ever Formula One champion, is 190 races. The greatest ever 191. So it's likely that this season he's going to equal and set a new record. Then he is on 7 titles, on 6 titles, chasing the 7th. The greatest ever, Michael Schumacher, has 7 titles. If he wins this year, he is going to equal it, and he's really the best out there. It seems likely that he will win 2 or 3 more championships before he retires. So you have a black man on track to becoming the greatest ever Formula One champion. So why are there not more black people in Formula One? He even recently acquired an extreme sports company, so he's doing his best really, and I think it is the interest. We need interest from people to come and do everything that they can to really improve and get into this sport. Well, he also said something about getting people to be involved in STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And you recall recently we had the Okonofua Foundation Teachers Award. This category is one of the categories that teachers won awards in, because unfortunately, it seems like in this part of the world we don't take it really seriously. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This is really, when you look at Europe, you look at North America, this is what has helped them to become the most industrialized part of the world. Even in Asia now, in Japan, in India, and in some other countries, it's because of the advancement in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's why they are where they are today. So as Blacks, we've got to encourage our kids to take up all of this and do things that will help to uplift the continent and the Black race.
All right, the 14 members, they include former sports minister Tracy Crouch and ex-McLaren Formula One boss Martin Whitmarsh. There are others who made up the 14-man team that he has set up to really drive this. I just hope that Blacks will be interested in the sport and also try to ensure that we have many black drivers in the motorsports. All right, we are going on our first break, and when we return, we'll be going to football segment sponsored by BetPay. Just stay tuned.
When you wake up in the morning, before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 naira. Breakfast time is Kellogg's time. This oil is good, oh. Devon King's oil. This oil is fine. Devon King's oil. And it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now ogbonge oil, we fresh well, and the price now carry go. It gets tamper proof and it dey for different sizes. So as it dey sweet your belly, it dey sweet your pocket. Oh yeah, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop when near you.
Devon King's oil.
Plenty day to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go hammer 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 2 people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one wey sweet pass na the 10 million naira grand prize. If you no be 9 Mobile customer, move come outside or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we go sama you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020. And is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile. My people, for this period where we know say e no easy, but you gat hustle. We just want make you know say if morning fit show after night, e sure say one day our hustle go pure. This life na general market for whatever, my people. Na the Naija way. Sun no dey stop breeze, rain no dey disturb water, nothing fit owe you. If things hook, you say hook follow hand till you unhook am. Na things go tire last, no be you. For this hustle matter, we dey am together, make we remain calm. Stand gidigba, but no forget to stay safe o. This message na Fan Milk, owners of Fan Vanille and Super Yogo bring am to you o. Happy Independence Day, my people.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food.
My dear, I am tired too.
I think it's about time we go solar.
Go solar?
With Vertical Solar, we can go solar for as low as 36,000 naira monthly by paying in installments of up to 12 months.
Really?
Vertical Solar range of products can power household devices such as televisions, fridges, air conditioners, microwave, water pumps, electric iron, washing machine, and lots more. With extensive pay in installments plans up to 12 months with 10 years warranty.
Wow! What are the benefits of solar energy?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, zero noise and smoke emission, and reduced generator maintenance cost.
Where is Vertical Solar located?
Number 28, Country Home Motel Road off Ajib Junction, Sapele Road, Benin City. You can call them on 0816 170 1105 or 0703 623 4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
back, and in case you are just tuning in, it's State Sports Fiesta reaching you live on 92.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. You can watch us on YouTube and see how we are right now in the studio, because many have been asking of the television station, but don't worry, YouTube stands as television for now, but very soon will be on TV. Yes, my name remains Ewusa Agbekan, the Sports Maestro, and still here with Salih Ibrahim and Sanofi Francis, the Sports Berlusconi. Right now we are moving on to the football segment, sponsored by BetPay. But before we go into it proper, let's take this from our sponsors. This message.
If I put this one, I get 500,000. If I put this one, I get 1 million.
Which one will you talk to yourself like this?
Never your BetPay. For BetPay, they go reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus they wait for you. You fit deposit and withdraw instant 24/7. And many of get package full ground. Go register for BetPay and start to win.
Person fit be agent?
Yes, now if you become agent and then you go to get bonuses. Oh yeah, go www.betpay.ng.
BetPay. You stake. We pay.
All right, that is what we have from our sponsors there, and now we are talking football proper. Let's begin from, we have so many cup competitions going on, so let's begin from England, where we had the Carabao Cup yesterday. For Chelsea, many have been questioning the performances of some of the new players, but yesterday £71 million by Kai Havertz scored his first career hat-trick, and it was one-way traffic as they defeated Barnsley to move into the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. And the manager Frank Lampard said this will be first of many great things for Kai Havertz.
Definitely, we are expecting Kai to be a great addition to Chelsea. I've said it times that number that he's just getting to England, a new environment, new league, a new team. Expect definitely something. The first two games, particularly, have not been that to behold, but we saw glimpses of what Chelsea fans could expect from him if it does go far to really get to embrace the English Premier League and that Chelsea team. I feel Chelsea team will come good. A friend of mine, just tweeted us that he's watching the highlight again. He thought that Chelsea were playing against a grammar school, in one of those places in Lagos. That it was too easy. It wasn't that easy. It was just that team came to the game. That Chelsea team that
they wanted to win
yesterday came to the game, and it worked out for them. Hence the 6-0 we saw. I think Kai will play very well. I think his best position, I know we've talked about how he can play around any of the three roles out front, maybe a little bit deeper at the circle, that's the middle of the park. But I think his best position is just right behind anybody that is playing as the three front line. That's where he played yesterday.
Number 10
row.
That's where he played yesterday, and he was so effective for them. You saw his link between himself and Ross Barkley. You saw what he did between Tammy Abraham. I mean, I think Frank Lampard should probably get someone that can play the right wing for him. I think Hakim Ziyech is still out. Maybe getting I don't know if Mason Mount can really play there. We know when they come, Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech, that problem will be solved, and Kai Havertz can really play at the back of the move. If he had played, I said I was discussing with a colleague of ours, can't remember my colleague's name again. We're watching the game together on Sunday. He's with Soba. Oh my goodness, I can't. Benjamin, thank you. I told him that, see, if they had played Kai Havertz as a number 10, you are playing him, he's not effective there. Yes, he did that in the German Bundesliga, but he's just coming into England right now. He needs to own it first. He needs to get to understand the team, the league. Then once he's okay, you can start putting him in different positions and he can play effectively. But yesterday he showed class, and hence the hat-trick and 6-0.
Let's not get too carried away. Chelsea played against
Barnsley.
One team like that. Barnsley.
United struggled.
They are in the
United struggled. They won, but they struggled against Luton Town.
They won. But even yesterday, we saw that. Look, I know it is really, really difficult after a 6-0 victory to say Chelsea did not absolutely dominate. People will say, come on, what are you saying? The reality, just the way we said when Manchester United beat Chelsea 4-0 in the first match of the Premier League last year for both teams. That's look, the result isn't a reflection of the match. What actually happened in that match. At many points in that game, Barnsley had more attempts on goal, on targets than Chelsea. Barnsley could have been a couple of goals ahead before Chelsea scored their goal. Yeah, Chelsea also missed their own chances. Ross Barkley, after scoring, he missed what ought to have been an easy goal. In fact, it was easier than the goal that he scored. Mason Mount missed a couple of chances, but you saw Willy Caballero having to make some fantastic saves, and then there were some shots that he spilled, which Barnsley did not capitalize on. So they won against Barnsley, a team in the Championship. Yeah, the Championship is not that far behind the English Premier League, but we know that it is not at par, no matter what. Even though we say it is the 7th most lucrative and maybe 7th most competitive league in the world, it is not anywhere close to the English Premier League in terms of quality. So let's not get too carried away. Yeah, Kai Havertz scored a hat-trick. Fantastic for him. His first senior hat-trick. He's only scored hat-trick at junior level, and we saw him playing in a different position, and he did well. But we need to see him replicate this in the Premier League before we start saying, oh, he is suddenly, let's forget the first 2 games that he played. But he was always going to get better with time. I mean, it's clear. And when some of these players, even this guy played yesterday, Thiago Silva, played for about an hour. He did well, but we also saw some errors from him. There were some balls that he gave away which almost led to goals. But you can see that his presence there has that calming effect on the players that were playing with him. Ben Chilwell came in, which means maybe he will be starting the next game. Yeah, so we have always known that when all of these players, these new signings, they come in. The reason why Chelsea bought so many new players, you don't do that. You don't buy 7 or 8 players and bring them, and all of them are going to be starters in a team. It means you've completely changed the team. But because that Chelsea team last season were so bad, yeah, I know they had the transfer ban and everything, so they were forced to use youngsters. But the team wasn't that good, even though they finished 4th. But by Chelsea standard, that team was really poor, and that's why they had to bring in so many. Edouard Mendy is likely to play the next game. I mean, from what Willy Caballero did yesterday, many have said if Kepa Arrizabalaga had been in goal, they would have considered some goals from the attempts that they faced yesterday. Willy Caballero is 38. So people to be saying that tells you how poor Kepa has been. So you can say likely in the next game you might have 8 new players that were not there last season playing, and for them, yeah, of course, it's going to just get better. Their best player last season, Christian Pulisic, our last best player after the restart, is going to maybe play, even if he doesn't play this one, but you know he's close to returning. Hakim Ziyech, cultured, fantastic left foot who operates on the right, is going to likely be available. So Chelsea is going to get better, but let us not get too carried away. They played against Barnsley. You need to see this replicated in the English Premier League before we can say, oh, they have finally arrived. But of course, the new players are definitely going to help improve the team. We expect that they will be much better than they were last season. But let's not forget, it was Barnsley that they played against.
All right, let's take another message from our sponsors, and then when we return, we'll look at the other results from the Carabao Cup.
The 2020-2021 Premier League is here. It's time to win big. And the best way is, of course, getting yourself a jersey so that you can identify yourself with your favorite team. We at www.betspay.ng want to give our punters the opportunity to win a football jersey of their choice. 10 replica jerseys to be worn each week for the next 4 weeks. To participate and win, visit www.betspay.ng to register. Place a bet of 200 naira. The more bets you place, the more entries you get into the draw. 10 winners would be chosen at random in a draw every Monday. All winners will be contacted. Follow us on our social media pages with your username and ticket number to qualify for the draw. On Instagram, find us at BetPayNG. On Facebook, find us at www.facebook.com/BetPayNG.
All right, welcome back. to Sports Fiesta. Well, let's quickly look at the other results of the matches that we have played yesterday and also the matches to expect later tonight.
Yeah, the one that to me was the most impressive was Arsenal going away and King Power Stadium, and they beat Leicester City 2-0. Fantastic result for the Gunners. I mean, they are showing that they will take some stopping this season. I don't want to get too excited, but come on, they played against Liverpool already this season. They won the Community Shield. They beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final. They beat Manchester City after the restart. So they've done some great stuff, and some new players have come in who are going to help strengthen the team. Yesterday they had the toughest draw. You look at the other clubs, they had the toughest. Leicester City is not Barnsley, Leicester City is not Luton Town, and yet Arsenal won 2-0 away from home. I know no fans there, but away is still away. So congratulations to Arsenal, and they are looking really, really impressive. We wait to see what they will do in other matches. I was also very happy with the Everton game, because our boy Alex Iwobi, we have been complaining, not really happy that he's not playing, and then last game he got a couple of minutes, and yesterday he scored and also assisted. Yeah, so fantastic. Everton beating Fleetwood Town 5-2 away from home. We already told you Chelsea won 6-0 against Barnsley. Stoke City beat Gillingham 1-0. Preston North End were beaten 2-0 by Brighton. Then Millwall lost 2-0 at home to Burnley. Fulham were 2-0 winners over Sheffield Wednesday. Then of course Newcastle United, they were in action. They had the most impressive results of the round, winning against Mokambe 7-0. Yeah, but yeah, it's they look at the quality of the opposition. I mean, it's not this is not Liverpool or Chelsea or Arsenal or Manchester United, but a win is a win is a win. They advance to the next round.
Yeah, remember they lost to Brighton, so this is a good way to come back winning 7-8. That will boost their confidence. Tonight we've got 3 matches.
This is the Carabao Cup.
Yeah,
okay.
We've got 3 matches. Bristol City will play host to Aston Villa. Then Lincoln City will welcome Liverpool, while Manchester City will take on AFC Bournemouth. So expect some fireworks tonight, especially from the Blues and from the Reds. All right, let's quickly discuss what to expect later tonight, right there in Budapest, Hungary, where Sevilla will take on Bayern Munich. I know it's a battle of champions, but what are we expecting tonight?
Well, I think I'll give it all to Bayern Munich. I mean, they've shown to us, in these few months that they are a team that can score. They've got 8 past Barcelona, and they repeated it again against Schalke in their game last weekend. So I will give it to them to go ahead to win. But Sevilla, they've also shown that they can play, and they defeated Manchester United and went to the finals, where they also won the Europa League. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's a battle between Spain and Germany, but I won't take it past Bayern Munich. I'm not saying it's going to be 8-0, but those guys are playing right now one of the best football. The synergy in the team is fantastic. You take any player out from that team, they can still go on to hurt you. Thiago was not in the team that just recently defeated Schalke for 8-0. I mean, it's amazing what Hansi Flick has been able to do with this team. Looking at almost a year now, that's in the next 2 months of December, and this team not started well for them. Before that time, they were a shadow of themselves, and Hansi Flick took over, just turned things around. Lewandowski is scoring for fun. Thomas Müller is scoring for fun. Well, I don't want to talk about Alphonso Davies, and they have one of that speed star with them now in Leroy Sané. I mean, these guys, they will take a stopping. I feel it will be their night, but anything can happen.
All right, let's take another message, and we'll return. We'll continue talking football.
It's time to win very big. Feel the excitement at www.betpay.ng, the sports betting company that rewards you whether you win or lose. Stay on top of the action wherever you are. Get the best odds, 150% deposit bonus. Cash out anytime. Accumulate your bonus. You can deposit and withdraw instantly, 247 and much more. Register now at BetPay to start winning. You can also become a BetPay agent and earn fantastic commissions and bonuses. Visit www.betpay.ng. BetPay. You stay, we pay.
All right, that is what to expect later tonight in the UEFA Super Cup, and there will be fans in the stadium, despite opposition saying that there will be experimental rabbits, and you know this capacity is 67,000, so can be a third full with strict hygiene measures in place. So for those that are attending, they can go because they are confident they can take care of things over there.
Yeah, I just hope they will not use this as a political tussle. You have different factions, one saying, look, this is not safe, and you just want to use these persons as rabbits or guinea pigs, you know, to test whether your plan of having fans come back to the stadium and all of that. Because of what's happening, the coronavirus, we are seeing a surge in cases in different parts of the world. So it is important to be very, very careful so that we don't have Hungary now being the epicenter or something close, God forbid. But I just hope that we'll just have a good game, and they will ensure there will be strict compliance of COVID-19 regulations, so that we do not have a case of increase in the number of cases that because of a football game. Let's not forget that some matches that were played even when COVID was beginning to become a worry led to an increase in the number of cases in that particular city. So I'm hoping that they will not use this to become something else. They should just ensure that the COVID-19 regulations are followed.
Even Bavarian Prime Minister Markus Söder has urged Bayern fans not to travel, saying the match could turn into a hotbed for COVID-19 to spread, and also one they could face quarantine on their return to Germany. So let's relax, sit back and enjoy that match later tonight and see who will be the UEFA Super Cup champions. All right, let's take another message from BetPay.
Them say no time to check time, but this is not time to hammer. You don't try BetPay, they go reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus, they wait for you. You fit cash out anytime. You fit deposit and withdraw instant at 24/7, and many get things full grand though. Yourself fit become BetPay agent, and you go they get get bonuses. Oh yeah, sharp go to www.betpay.ng. BetPay, you stake, we pay.
All right, still talking cup competitions, and we are looking at Asian Champions League. It's so bad that COVID-19 has really done things that are not really pleasant. Al Hilal, they are the defending champions, and right now they have been kicked out of the Asian Champions League after naming only 11 players for their final group game with Shabab Al Ahly Dubai yesterday, and 15 players of Al Ahly were ruled out after positive COVID-19 test last week, and the Saudi Arabia side only named 9 players in their starting lineup plus 2 goalkeepers on the bench. But the Asian Football Confederation said Al Ahly previous group B results are null and void, and the club are deemed to have withdrawn.
The COVID-19 really has done more harm than we ever expected. Teams, I was even surprised first of all to see West Ham United being able to play, I think, a day before yesterday. The other teams that have really been affected.
Little Orient were affected.
Yes, and hence Tottenham. We don't even know, because we know whoever gets between Little Orient and Tottenham, they play Chelsea next in the Carabao Cup. We don't know whether that game will be played or Tottenham will be asked to go to the next stage. We don't know. We really don't know if that club will play football for now. So it's difficult. But again, I hope that most of these FAs will understand and see if they can rearrange the game, the fixture, not just deducting or giving them points at the opponent points or wherever. It's not their fault that they were not able to get to play. But coronavirus, it doesn't really knock
players out
on your door and say, I'm at the door to come in. Yes, people try a lot to wear the face masks, to wash their hands, to sanitize their hands and all that stuff. But you don't know if you have taken care of yourself or your loved ones, your relatives. They maybe went out and they didn't do all these things. They might come home to infect you with these diseases. So I hope that moving forward, things like this won't happen again, and they will understand and try to move the future up instead of taking points from them or pushing them away from the competition. I hope that will be the case.
All right, everything right now is 0 for them because all their matches have been declared null and void. They were in Group B, where you have Shabab Hali, who are now on 7 points because of the match that they lost yesterday. Okay, no, because of the match that was not played, so they remain on 7 points. But Pakato won their game yesterday, and that took them to 10 points. They defeated Shal Kodro. Okay, that is what to expect. And we had some qualification matches yesterday for the UEFA Champions League. Gadgets at home, they were beaten by Dynamo Kiev 2-1. Then Mode played out a 3-0 draw with Ferencvaros. Then we had Olympiacos of Greece beating Apollon Nicosia, or rather Ammonia Nicosia 2-0. That is what happened yesterday. So we have some matches lined up for today for qualification for European League. So later at 4, we'll be giving you updates concerning the matches that we played today. All right, before we look at the transfer market and sign up from this show this morning, and also look at your text messages, Angel Di Maria, I don't know, that bro, 5 players were sent off, but right now the Argentine has been banned for 4 matches after the role he played in that game. I don't really know how this match deteriorated into this. Missing 5 players were given red cards, and now a big player from PSG has been banned for 4 games.
Yeah, he was accused of spitting at Marseille defender Alvaro Gonzalez, who himself was accused of officially accusing Neymar. Yeah, so that is the situation. So maybe they have found out that he actually spat on Gonzalez, and that's why they have decided to give him this 5-match ban. They did not confirm that his ban was for spitting, but because it was alleged that he spat, so you just naturally assume that this is what happened, so it's really bad what happened in that game when you had so many players being sent off. And for PSG we had Neymar, Leonardo Paredes, and Lavin Kurzawa. Then for Paris Saint-Germain we had for Marseille we had Jordan Amavi and Dario Benedetto. They were all dismissed in injury time. Angel Di Maria himself was not sent off in that match. Yeah, but maybe they watched footage and everything, and then they discovered that he actually did it. So his ban is going to begin on the 29th of July. But the body LFP in charge of football in France said that they will examine the file relating to Neymar and Gonzalez on the 30th of September. So Gonzalez might not be in the clear. Neymar has already got the red card. There was banned and everything. So maybe when they examine it and they discover that Gonzalez is actually racially abused now, he is going to even get a lengthier fine than what Angel Di Maria got.
All right, quickly, let's tell you that Luis Suarez is now an Atletico Madrid player. Even they are looking forward to getting Edison Cavani if they are able to get Diego Costa off.
That's a shock. I mean, you look at the things, the statistics. 283 games. 198 goals, 109 assists. He's the third highest goal scorer as far as Barca is concerned. It's just behind Lionel Messi and another. So I feel that Barcelona did not do right by Luis Suarez. He left them, I think, left Liverpool 2014 thereabout and joined up with Barcelona in the space of 6 years. He got those goals. The Centurion. The same thing we're talking about Gareth Bale. He had them to win the UEFA Champions League, 4 UEFA Champions League, and scored in 2 finals, if my memory serves me right. One against Liverpool and the other one was against Atletico Madrid. So I hope that these clubs will not just continue to use some certain players and let them go the way they are living right now. Look at Gareth Bale. He cried yesterday talking about Luis Suarez while telling his teammate that he's leaving.
He wanted to stay.
There should be a testimonial for him. Let him say goodbye to the fans properly. Let him live on his own terms, not forcing him out of the football club.
All right, let's go there to pay £5.5 million for the Uruguayan striker. All right, let's look at the messages. If we have time, we can look at the transfer rumors.
Let's look at something else. We'll check the messages later. I don't think we have much. I'm trying to refresh the system. The ones that I have are not even complete. I think it's just trying to refresh it.
All right, looking at the transfer gossip going around for today. Brazil left back Alex Telles, who is 27, he wants to leave FC Porto for Manchester United, who are trying to drive down the 36.6 million pounds asking price. I think United should start getting their players so that they can blend together. Liverpool, they are looking to use forward Sadio Mane to persuade fellow Senegal international Kalidou Koulibaly to join from Napoli, despite Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain being interested in the 29-year-old defender.
That should not work.
Why?
It's unfair. No, I'm just being biased.
Kalidou
it's unfair. You cannot have Kalidou Koulibaly and Virgil van Dijk in one team. How people want to score now?
They can still beat them and score. No worries. But it's really massive for them. All right, PSG, they are interested in taking Chelsea's German defender Antonio Rudiger, 27, on a season-long loan. Roma are expected to make a second bid for Manchester United's 30-year-old England centre-back Chris Smalling, who the Serie A side had on loan last season. For Atletico Madrid, where they are aiming to sign Arsenal's Uruguayan midfielder Lucas Torreira, who is age 23. West Ham United, they said they are ready to compete with Manchester United for Swansea City's Wales centre-back Joe Rodon, who is 22 years of age. Then Aston Villa are keen to bring in England and Chelsea midfield duo Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who is 24, and Ross Barkley, who is 26, on loan. They can only choose one because of Premier League rules. Elsewhere, Arsenal have renewed their interest in Barcelona and Brazil attacking midfielder Felipe Coutinho, who is aged 22. I think Coutinho will be working with Ronald Koeman.
28, actually.
Who is 28, yeah. I'm sure he's going to work with Ronald Koeman. I don't think Koeman will allow him to leave, but anything can happen. West Ham United, they've also made a bid worth up to £33 million for Saint-Etienne's 19-year-old French centre-back Wesley Fofana, who has also attracted interest from Leicester City. Burnley are in talks with Liverpool over a move for the Reds with winger Harry Wilson, who is age 23. Then we have Lazio. We heard that they have reached an agreement with Southampton for Dutch defender Wesley Hodt, who is 26, to return to the Italian club on loan. Barca and Bayern Munich have made offers for Ajax United States right back Sergino Dest, age 19. And for the Bavarians, talking about Bayern, they have contacted Mario Götze about joining the club. The German forward is 28 and is a free agent after leaving Borussia Dortmund at the end of last season. He could still go there and win title because they are the dominant team in the
just so fortunate what has happened to this young man. Fantastic footballer. Injuries have not been friends with him at all. They've come in to really stop him from achieving his full potentials. At some point he was sick and nobody even expected him to return back to football. Himself and Marco Reus, by now, I'm not saying they will be at the level of Cristiano or Lionel Messi, but if you take away injury and with what they've been doing and they stay fit and they are okay, I think by now put it there at the same level as Lewandowski and all that. fantastic footballers, but sometimes it's like that. I that's why I'm praying personally that Wilfred Ndidi will not become such a footballer. These days prone to injury. Right now,
he did not play yesterday because
they're about out of football action. Obviously, he's not going to be playing for Nigeria in the international friendlies between Ivory Coast and Tunisia. Hopefully, that these guys can stay. They are fine footballers. We know he can play as a centre back and play as a defensive midfielder. And when he's in his element, he's one of the best in the world.
All right, folks, let's go. They want to sign Cavani, like I said before. If they can offload Spain striker Diego Costa, who is age 31, and former Italy forward Francesco Totti is set to return to Roma as their new sporting director. That will be really massive for them. All right, these are what we have for you on the show this morning. Remember, later in the evening we'll be here to give you the evening edition of the show. All right, so before we leave, we have to take the final whistle on the show this morning, but when we return in the evening, we'll give you everything you need to know about sports. All right, let's take the final whistle.
I'm delighted with Kai. It was everything I wanted the night to be for him, because Kai has had no preseason and signing for the club took a few days for him as well. Tonight was a great exercise for him to see how we want to work off the ball, for him to be part of that. He made a great recovery tackle for Ross goal, and then to also just have some freedom on the ball and roam in more central areas. Chelsea manager Frank Lampard speaking of Kai Havertz after the young German got a hat-trick last night against Barnsley in their Carabao game in England last night, and that's the final we saw on the show this morning.
With that, we come to the end of the show. Many thanks to you guys for being part of this program this morning, and to my track partners for doing this with me. We'll see you later at 4 p.m. Have a wonderful day ahead, and bye-bye.